Welcome to Aspen Yoga. My name is Stacie. Today, restorative yoga. We are going to do 4 different poses that are going to open our spine, open our heart, so opening the front of our body, opening the back of our body. What you will need for this class, we have 2 blankets, 1 bolster. If you don't have a bolster, grab a firm pillow or just stack up some blankets. They need to be pretty firm. 2 yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can grab some books. And then optional, a strap. If you have a yoga strap, we will use it for one of our poses. All right, so go ahead and gather all of your props and meet me back on the mat. Welcome back. Our first pose is going to be supported bound angle pose. So to set up for this pose, we are going to take one of our blocks and have it on the next size up. So we're on the shorter side here, and then we are going to have a more elevated block. I want you to take your bolster. And you can see why here that bolster does need to be pretty firm so it can hold us up here. We're going to put ourselves into a reclining position here. I want you to take your blankets and roll them into a couple of long rolls. We're going to place one roll on one side, one roll on the other. So you can see we are giving ourselves just kind of a recliner here. And I'll show you where we can do an option for the strap. Now, if you have a yoga strap, if you're using a belt, you can also gently tie, because we're going to tie our thighs together here, just to give us a little bit more support. But to go ahead and get into our pose here, you're going to line up your lower back against your bolster, and you're just going to come on back. Okay, so I want you to come on back. See how this feels. A couple of things here. It's opening up our chest, so we do want the opening of our chest. See how it feels on your neck. Good. So you can take your strap, if you have a strap, wrap it around your thighs. If you have a yoga strap or a belt, you can go ahead and thread it through the little loop here. If you do not, no worries about that. And this just keeps our legs comfortable. Okay, so adjust as you need to. Think about, we are butterflying our legs so our feet are together. You can have that support from the strap. You do not want it to be digging into your skin. So as we sit in our restorative yoga poses, we always want to stay comfortable. I want you to take your blankets that are beside you, tuck them underneath your thighs, tuck them up underneath you, someplace where you have them to rest your arms on. So you can bring them up as you are comfortable. If you are more comfortable having them down, you may do that as well. And I want you to lie back here. If you feel some pain or some uncomfortableness in your lower back, I just want you to tilt your pelvis a little bit, back your sit bones away from your bolster, palms up towards the ceiling. Now, if this is your first time doing restorative yoga, I always want you to be comfortable in your pose. So anytime you are like, you know what, I'm done with the strap, this is uncomfortable for me, always just come up into a seated position for me. We're doing a few poses today, So we're going to stay in each pose for 2 to 3 minutes here. Some things to think about in this pose is think about the back of your head relaxing, melting the tension out of your neck. As you inhale, breathe into the muscles of your chest, opening your heart to the ceiling. As you inhale here, and as you exhale, taking the outsides of your thighs, slowly bringing your thighs together, lifting your head from your bolster. If you had a strap around your legs, go ahead and remove that strap. Place it to the side. Next one we are going to do is we are going to do supported child's pose. Now, as we come into supported child's pose, you can adjust your elevation here. I'm going to actually bring everything down a bit. So I'm going to take each brick down a level. So it's just a little bit lower. I want you to take one of your blankets, unroll it, and we're just going to have a nice fold into a smaller rectangle here. Place it on your bolster. Same thing with the other. We're going to have the other blanket here. Just give me that little blanket fold. Option here to use this blanket. We are going to come facing your bolster setup. Take your knees outside of the bolster and you're going to work your inner thighs inside the bolster. And let's do a practice. See how we feel folding forward into the bolster here. This is your child's pose. How do we feel? Option here to take the blanket, stick it underneath between your shins and your hamstrings, elevates the hips a little bit, may make it a little bit more comfortable as you lean forward. So nice and tall, fold forward into your bolster. You can have your head turned to the side here. Arms are just going to waterfall down. Palms up to the ceiling. And as we lie here, I want you to think about breathing into your back. So as you inhale, breathe into your shoulder blades. And as you exhale, allow your chest to fall forward into the bolster. From your shoulders to your fingertips. Think about those arms being heavy, waterfall, the shoulders to the fingers. You can change your head, so you can change which way you're looking. Changes the stretch on your neck, so do that if you like. Remember, at any time if you are uncomfortable, you can get out of the pose. If we move on to the next pose and you want to stay longer, just pause the video and move on when you are ready. And as you inhale here, and as you exhale, turn your palms down, press up. Good. Walk yourself so you are sitting tall. We are going to do a twist now. So go ahead, if you were sitting on a blanket, go ahead and get rid of that blanket. Let's go a little bit lower if you like. You can take your blanket away and that will give you a little bit lower as well. We're just going to do a little twist. So you have the option here. Let's go ahead and just roll the blanket up on each side so we have some place to put our arms here. Just make sure that the blankets are rolled evenly on each side. And we're going to do a little twist. All right, so I want you to go ahead and sit on your side right next, so bring that hip right next to the bolster. Legs can be stacked, or you may find it a little bit more comfortable to take that top leg and stretch it out a little bit. I want you to bring your hands on either side of your bolster, chest faces your bolster, and I want you to just fold down into the bolster. Good. Now your head always faces the way that your hips go. And we're just going to fall into this stretch here. Nice deep breaths. If you need to adjust the height of your bolster, please feel free to do that. Good. Let's go ahead and press up through our hands, and we're going to go ahead and switch sides. So as we switch sides, you're going to be away from the camera. Same thing. So match that hip up, turn your chest forward, fall into your bolster, looking towards your knees. So your head faces the same direction as your knees. And just sink here into this stretch. Breathing into the back of your chest, so breathing into those shoulder blades. Falling into your bolster. Taking your hands, pressing yourself up. Good. Bringing those legs around. All right, let's go ahead and come into our last pose, which is just a restorative relaxation pose. All right, so you will keep your blankets. You will get rid of your blocks. So you can keep the bolsters and the blankets. Blocks can move off to the side. For your first blanket, we're just going to have it nice and just folded. We're going to use it as a pillow. Okay. Second blanket is going to drape over your abdomen so you can have it folded as you wish. Bolster is going to be about mid-mat, so I will drape my legs over top of it. So as you set up here, I want you to go ahead and drape your legs over your bolster, heels touching the floor. And I just want you to lower yourself down slowly to the elbows and all the way to your blanket. If you want to give yourself a little blanket roll, support your cervical spine. I want you to stretch each leg out a couple of times so that our heels are in contact with the floor. Hips are rotated open, so those big toes are rotated to the outside. Taking your blanket across your abdomen. You can cover your whole body if you like. I always like the feel of a blanket over my abdomen, over my torso. It helps me to feel a little bit more grounded here. Your palms face the ceiling. And as you take a deep inhale here and exhale, inhale, fill your abdomen and your chest. Exhale, allow your body to relax into your mat, your palms open to the ceiling. you to take some time here with your thoughts. Allow your body to relax and release as we conclude our practice here. This is our final pose. You can stay in this pose as long as you like. And that is how we will finish today. Let's do a little relaxation together. Send oxygen to your fingers and your toes, your arms and your legs. And as we conclude our practice, stay here as long as you like. When you're ready, you can get up slowly. If you need some more time, go ahead and stay here. Again, my name is Stacie with Aspen Yoga. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you again next time.